Cenat shows up on Monday Night Raw and calls out Speed. Logan Paul declares for the Rumble. And in the main event, Sami Zayn accidentally hits Cody Rhodes with a haluva kick this time. We review SmackDown and Raw every single week, and we are back again for another edition of Monday Night Raw, the one right before the Royal Rumble. A lot kicked off in this show, so stick around because you don't want to miss it. Subscribe and leave a like so you never miss anything coming up.
Monday Night Raw starts off with the opener for Monday Night Raw, Seth Freaky Rollins, a revolutionary, and then thank God Gunther comes out. They have a bit of a face-off, they talk, they say, I want you to win the Royal Rumble. That was terrible.
Was that your Gunther?
And he wants him to win the Royal Rumble and face him for his title. And we get another interruption. Hey, yo! Logan Paul, which, by the way, the biggest heat on him, dude. The boos from the crowd were insane. I actually couldn't believe it.
Incredible.
It was worse than the New Day's boos, worse than Nia Jax's boos.
Worse than Dom.
Worse than Dom's, dude. He says he's declared for the Royal Rumble. He hasn't missed the Royal Rumble. We know Logan Paul's like this. He shows up for the
big stuff.
The PLEs.
Like The Rock.
He's not here. We're here. Week in, week out. He says he's coming for Gunther's title, right? So could get Logan Paul, Gunther. That sets it up nicely.
Yep.
But good promo. Good way to start the show.
Sami Zayn confronts CM Punk backstage, referencing his promo from last week, saying, "Oh, you said I'm not even on your level. You know what? You're actually right." Because I'm a main eventer at WrestleMania. Oh,
sorry. Has he ever won a world championship?
No, he has not. But you won't hear him saying that. You'll never sing that. That's what they keep saying about CM Punk, and I'm sick of this narrative. So CM Punk has no rebuttal to that. But Sammy walks down the hallway and is greeted by Karrion Kross, who again is just playing this little devil on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, telling you about how profitable being a heel can be, which he's not a good poster for that, is he? Go on now.
Join the dark side, Sammy. By the way, he's entertaining, and he could be better. I think the Final Testament's kind of holding him down. I think if he went in a different direction, he's got some shine to him. He's good in the ring.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. Hopefully he gets better. On to the first match of the night.
Incredible. Tag
team titles on the line. War Raiders versus Judgment Day. Tom and JD. The match was good. The whole time we couldn't really concentrate because JD hit a moonsault and slammed his head against the table, the reinforced table that has no give. It's never being broken again.
Nope.
The announcers basically told WWE they're tired of the table going. they want their pens and their papers there. And bro, that table nearly killed like 3 people tonight.
The most dangerous weapon in the WWE right now is a table. It's weird they're reinforcing it now because the Spanish commentary team has been complaining for years. They've never had any requests fulfilled. But that being said, this was a very fun match. But like Bev said, JD took so many horrible bumps tonight and he was selling the entire match. And according to reports, he collapsed immediately after the match, which is believable because we take him for granted. He's an absolute workhorse out there and he sells better than anyone in the company. And the War Raiders do pick up the win in a very good match. Nice to see them defending their titles. But for me anyway, Beaver, I can't say the same for you, but I think I can guess. I want to see them move away from the Judgment Day now. I want to see them defend against other teams.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I didn't hate the match. I don't hate Judgment Day. Holy shit. JD, by the way, JD got like a standing ovation when he got back up.
They clapped. Everyone clapped.
Because, at that point, dude, I think... I've heard that he broke his ribs and maybe a punctured lung. I don't know if it's that serious or severe, but I know he's definitely had a concussion, at least, because he banged his head twice. He got a knee to the head from Eric, and it was terrible, dude.
Like, dropped onto the knee
And the thing is, every time he went back to the corner, he didn't stand in his corner. He just collapsed
to the ground, yeah.
We see him week in, week out. We know how he sells.
Yeah.
That's not how he sells normally.
No, he's usually flopping about, making a bit of theatrics about it, but still looking good. But this time it was like...
I was just hoping that it was going to be quick and they ended the match, because I was actually worried for him.
This was right at the start of the match as well, and like Bev said, we were hoping it ends there, but it didn't end there, and he kept taking big bumps. And immediately from the commentators, Michael Cole's usually always on his ass, the facade dropped. They almost stopped playing a character and spoke about how tough JD was, and I love that from them. We love JD. We hope it's not too serious. We hope he's better soon.
Judgment Day almost had it at one point.
With Carlito, yeah.
They did not take it. Of course they didn't. Onto a backstage promo with our favorite wrestler. Cammy's favorite wrestler, my favorite wrestler, Pete Dunne.
Don't throw those accusations around. Pete Dunne is not my favorite wrestler at all.
Oh, God. Pete Dunne and fucking Ludwig Kaiser, dude. I don't know what it is about Pete Dunne, but he just stands there like he's like a toddler, bro.
You just turned into Pete Dunne on the monitor there for a second. That was incredible. Let's not talk about Pete Dunne too much. Let's talk about what happens in this segment.
Yeah. New Day come, and they're like, oh, yeah. They try to fit in. Even they don't even like the New Day.
That's crazy.
Which is just bullshit at this point. Everyone, whatever, dude.
Ludwig and Pete Dunne move away from the New Day. They don't want anything to do with them, which is, like the most detestable heels in the company don't even like them. It's still funny. It still gets a bit of a pop out of me. But then they go and talk to Kathy, I believe it was, Kathy Kelly, and they're talking about Xavier Woods is home, Atlanta's favourite son. What a nickname that is. That's badass. He's not Atlanta's favourite son. As Kathy reminds him, he talks about, do you mean Cody Rhodes? Do you mean Bron Breakker? That sets us up immediately for the next match, Rey versus Xavier. 2 weeks back-to-back, Rey is taking on New Day members, and I love to see this. 2-0 against the New Day right now. Neither men could get it done, but what did you think of the match, Bev?
Good match. I think the highlight was Xavier's family.
Yeah.
Who they said, oh, my family's going to be here to watch me. It's kind of sad, bro. Cause
it was sad.
His family come mid-match.
Late.
And they just, what did they reveal? They open their shirts and they've just got New Day socks or something.
Oh, my God.
Shit family, dude.
It was
you gotta be ride or die, dude. Who cares?
Yeah.
He's been acting like a bad guy. He's been showing signs. Whatever, dude.
I didn't raise him like this. It was 4 empty seats at ringside for the duration of the match. And then the family arrive with little Yachty, who they must have picked up at the airport. And they're all wearing New Day Sucks merch, which is harsh for Xavier, who ends up losing the match and gets no condolences from the parents. And instead, the family celebrate with Rey. That is cold, man. That's just dancing on the grave right now.
That's like fucking your bitch and then celebrating with your fan, bro. Like, what?
Then we get a Jay promo, which I'm not going to gloss over too much. 10 minutes of eating, 2 minutes of talking. He brings out Quavo with him, which is pretty cool.
Facts. The fact that his intro and his song was longer than his actual promo. What did he even say?
I'll tell you what he said. He said, Atlanta, thank you, I needed that. He talks about how he was going to become World Heavyweight Champion. But there's so many storylines going on here. CM Punk and Cody, Drew, and he referenced Punk today, Drew and Roman, Seth and Cody, Seth and Gunther, Seth and Punk. There's so much going on, and I really don't think there's much room for Jay at the minute, so we'll take his word on that for now, but again, not too much I want to say.
Backstage promo, Lyra, Valkyrie interviewed, the American Maid come, and Lyra says, you or Chad Gable's never going to touch this IC chat, any IC chat. I was like,
crazy.
Bro, we went mental, dude.
Dude.
You know how fed up I am as a Chad Gable fan to watch him get fucking buried, and then they move away from him, and we get an even stinkier fest. Alpha Academy doing TikTok.
Yeah. I think we'll say I'm excited for Lyra Valkyria versus Ivy Nile. I think her defeating Ivy Nile this early in a championship reign will be quite nice. It'll cement her because Ivy Nile is built like a brick shithouse. She's very scary.
And Lyra declared for the Royal Rumble.
She did as well,
which
yes.
I'm glad. I was hoping she would be in the Royal Rumble.
He even said it in our previous prediction video. Bev wanted Lyra Valkyria to declare, and she did. You got what you wished for.
Naomi, Bianca versus Liv and Raquel.
It was business as usual. Not many matches were really blowing me away tonight, besides the Judgment Day and War Raiders, and then the main event, which we'll talk about later. But Liv and Raquel, just to get them on the card. Again, we were speaking about this, weren't we, during the reaction, Bev? Liv is a bit lost. She's like a fart in the wind at the minute, you know? She was the anchor of the women's division, holding the title, defending against Io Sky, not many else, but had the storyline with Rhea. And now it just looks like this isn't even a rivalry. This is just putting her against a team of women that she hates. Dominic came out and helped them, and they ultimately win the match, Liv getting the pin on Naomi, which we talk about how lost she is at the minute. She got a pin on one of the most over women in the company, which shows that they're not off the Liv boat just yet.
Anyway, onto the influencer.
Listen up, kids.
The influence. Am I saying that right?
Influencer.
I feel like I'm saying influenza.
Oh, the disease.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is a bit of a disease. Influencer.
Section of this Raw. We had Cenat come out.
Crazy.
Which was kind of weird. Cenat hits a promo and calls out IShowSpeed. What does that even mean, bro?
I don't know
what
does
that
means.
even mean. Please don't tell me they're going to be in the Royal Rumble.
I got a cold shiver down my spine. I think that it means some sort of streaming thing. I think they might beef over stream for content, maybe.
They're both going to be at the Royal Rumble, so are they going to do like a 10-minute match or
I
something?
don't know,
What
dude.
does this even mean, dude?
30-minute fucking 5-star. Listen, we're not unks, by the way. We know who these guys are. We watched Speed when he came up, bro. I remember that first dono. But
we're not old.
we're not that old.
We're like 20, guys, please.
Halfway to 40, bro. But anyway, Cenat, yeah, he comes out with Titantron and all. And by the way, the arena went fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many, like, everyone wanted a dap. Parents holding the kids up, chucking them at the front row. Go get a dap, go get a photo. Yeah, he calls out IShowSpeed, and who knows what that means, but we will see.
This was weird, dude, because it's like, you know how it's close to the Royal Rumble? Everyone wants to be a part of it.
Yeah.
This is another kind of Netflix Raw situation where it's like, it doesn't feel like a normal... It wasn't as bad as the Netflix one, but it just doesn't feel like a normal show. Like, we're here week in, week out.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like a normal show.
This felt like a fever dream of it.
Yeah, it was
and it all started with the JD injury in the first match.
Paul Heyman. My name is Paul Heyman. And they pull out the cover for the WWE 2K25.
Yeah, which I can't wait for. Like a 60-foot fucking flag, completely blocking the hard cam. Paul Heyman stood in front of it. Really cool image because it's Roman Reigns.
And it's Paul Heyman.
And it's Paul Heyman.
Corner.
Yeah.
And then Drew interrupts my favorite wrestler. Thank God, dude. And making Paul Heyman look like a bitch in the ring, dude, which I'm grateful for.
Seeing Drew stalk to the ring, tell Paul, I'm not going to hurt you, put a hand on his shoulder, seeing Paul scared, then seeing Paul chirp up with, you're crowding me. It was, again, very strange. And I feel like at this point, Drew hates the Bloodline so much that he's clutching at straws in these segments, dude. He said, I'm the daddy of the Bloodline. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know either, guys.
Because he eliminated Roman in the Rumble in 2020, took the title off of Brock, which is Paul's client. And then at the end of all this, Drew tells Paul Heyman to tell his boy that he's coming for him in the Rumble and he's going to beat him within an inch of his life. He's not referring to Roman. He's referring to Punk. I don't want to see this reignited just yet. I mean, what, did they get a Mania match? Would that feel too different? No, I don't want this.
They should go a different direction for Drew.
Listen,
I don't want to see CM Punk again. Dude.
No. And as that trilogy, it was like the original Star Wars. Leave them as they are. What a perfect trilogy.
Oh, it was so good.
These two men had such a bit of rivalry that, you know, in terms of kayfabe, I mean, they could hate each other in real life for all I know, like Seth does, but they will meet in the Rumble, and by all means, have them fight. They hate each other, that's fine. But promos on each other, matches at PLEs, that's too far. Like, it can't be forgotten that these two men hate each other. That's what a rivalry is in wrestling. We can't forget the history of these wrestlers. I don't want that. I like the storytelling. I want these characters to have memories. I want them to have history. But come on, we don't need a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth match or PLE matches. But yeah, they can throw it out in the Rumble. That's fine with me.
Backstage promo, Bron Breakker, one of my least favorite wrestlers currently, probably my most hated champion right now, the badass, meaner than evil. So boring, bro.
Yeah.
I can't stand him, dude, with his fake tan. And I can't believe how worked up I'm getting about this.
Yeah.
But we have the savior, Penta.
Yeah.
We only just learned about Penta about 3 weeks ago, and he's already got more aura. He's gonna be Bron Breakker. Take that title, give it some validity, please.
You look like Penta's wise man right now.
I need Penta. Miedo.
Yeah, we can't wait. He looked cold in the suit, by the way. And if he comes for that IC Championship, it's going to be hard to see him lose.
What I hope doesn't happen is Penta wins it, and then they give it back to Bron Breakker
Making
again, and
him
making him a
three-time.
3-time IC. Fuck off, dude.
Drew versus Sammy. By God, what a match this was. I really enjoyed it.
God, yeah. I love Drew. I was so worried he was going to lose this match.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole time, he's already on a 2-fight losing streak. I can't stand to watch my favorite wrestler lose for the 3rd time. He's 10-0 against Sami Zayn. Why am I worrying about this? But you know Sami Zayn, he hulks up, and this is. I thought they were going to go in the direction where he needs to win this. He needs to prove to Drew. Thank God they didn't. Thank God Drew just stuffed him out and ended it, bro. Thank God. Well, it's not ended, but he won.
Drew cheats, puts his legs on the ropes to use the leverage to pin Sammy. Didn't need the leverage, didn't need the power to pin Sammy. Sammy was busted open from his nose, which really added a layer of drama to this match. But again, Bev spent most of the match dreading the Sami Zayn comeback. It was a great match. Sami kicked out of everything. Drew McIntyre is now 11-0 on Sami Zayn. Incredible. When will Sami give up? Sami gets jumped by Drew. Okay. Cody comes out to save Sami. Makes sense. They're friends. Kevin Owens comes out to attack Cody. Holy shit. Never seen that before. God, this is so draining. Thank God the Rumble's next week. Then, Drew gets out of there. Sami springs up from off camera. We don't see this. And he hits Cody with a haluva kick by mistake. Then, Drew backs out and is laughing. And Kevin Owens congratulates Sami on taking out Cody. And Sami can't believe it. He's covered in blood. And it's like, he looks psychopathic. A really cool image. I really hope they follow this storyline somehow. Because it just makes Sami that bit more interesting rather than this underdog Rocky Balboa character, which I'm sick of seeing. Cody's laying in the lump on the floor. He gets to his feet in his hometown crowd and cuts this slurry, strange, Stardust-esque promo. It wasn't bad, but it was weird and it was strange, and he's slurring his words and he's saying random shit. CM Punk comes out and, like a friend asking for your keys after you've had too many, one too many at the pub.
Just stop.
He's trying to talk some sense into Cody, telling him about how much that title means. And I clearly see where they're going with this. CM Punk is telling Cody Rhodes that he's run down. He goes home and he doesn't get sleep because he's thinking about the title. He doesn't spend time with his family because he's on the road. He's thinking about the title. Title. WWE constantly on Cody's brain, and he's getting run down. And I like what they're telling me this, because I feel like I'm getting run down watching Cody Rhodes fight with Kevin Owens every week, and they're setting him up for the loss.
They are setting him up for the loss.
The story's there.
There's only one or two ways this goes. He either loses and CM Punk's right, or he turns heel and he wins. Mm-hmm. And either way, it'll be exciting. Yeah. I can't wait. I think Kevin Owens takes it. I think they're going with that storyline. Yeah. And that's a great way to get Cody to have his second reign as well. CM Punk tells him, well, I'm not going to stab you in the back. I'm going to stab you in the front.
Because he's his friend. He keeps saying that he's his friend. And Cody Rhodes half believes him, but then half, I don't know what the fuck was going on in his brain, dude. If this was the 90s, it'd have been chair shots to the head that did it to this poor man. But it's just pure workload. And CM Punk says, if you make it past this, then you've got to look forward to the next show. Raw, SmackDown, the Royal Rumble. And then he says, the bad news is, the person that will do all this to you is going to be me. And because he's his friend, he's telling him that it's coming. And they both stop each other twice from walking away. And it's strange because it feels like the show just ended and this is all afterwards. And the crowd was dead. You could hear a fucking pin drop. I don't know what happened.
The crowd was leaving. I saw so many people get out of their seats and just leave because they thought the show was over. This felt weird. It felt like a post-show thing that goes on YouTube that we don't see on the actual thing. And dude, Cody was just like, "You're my friend, aren't you?"
So weird.
That brother was concussed or something. He just sounded drunk.
Was he selling the haluva kick? Was he selling all the wear and tear on him these past few weeks from KO?
I think it's a bit of both, right? Because that can't just be from a haluva kick. I think it's really getting to it mentally, physically. I think that's the story they're trying to tell. And then that haluva kick's just sent him over the edge.
Anyway, that being said, thank you for joining us for this very strange, chaotic edition of Raw. We appreciate your time. Subscribe and like the video so you never miss anything coming up. It's Rumble Week. We've got Friday Night SmackDown, and then that is it. And we're covering the biggest show of the year up until Mania. We hope you join us for it. Get your coverage right here. Beav will tell you the name. The name you remember.
NoPop?
Take two.
NoPop.
Hey, there we go.